Hi there, good evening. It's about 10:15 p.m. and wanted to give you just an update on how day number 2 has transpired. It started off as yesterday ended, relatively little pain, little discomfort, and things were going pretty smoothly. But unlike our Dallas Cowboys, who have not lived up to predictions, today did live up to predictions of increased pain, increased discomfort. And let's get into kind of the details of that. As mentioned, the morning went very well. Got to sleep a little late. Always a good benefit. I didn't have to do the trash today. Other members of the household got that opportunity and had a nice little breakfast, little leftover pumpkin bread from Christmas, that type of thing. Had a pretty decent little lunch from Chick fil A. And so things were going real well. Uh, my PT person showed up at about 12:45 and had some real good news initially there. I passed the strength test, flexibility test that allowed them to remove the knee immobilizers. So that was a positive. We did a lot of paperwork, lots of things worked out in that regard. And then we got to a set of 5 exercises that she wants me to do. She said, wanted me to do these at least twice a day and work up to maybe doing it once every hour or so over the next couple of weeks. That is going to be a pretty significant progress. I'm getting ready in just a few minutes to do my second bout of exercises. The first one, we got into it probably around 1:30 or so, and it's just a set of 5 exercises. There's some ankle flexion and extension to kind of pump up the calf muscle a little bit, which helps reduce some of the swelling. Then I do some heel presses into the bed, which work on some hamstring strength. Did some leg raises, which work on front quads, hip flexors, and that sort of thing. It's kind of similar to the old 6 inches exercise that Coach Allen used to make us do in middle school football. So that was a interesting memory and flashback as to that pain and discomfort that came from that exercise. The PT person also helped me flex my knee just for a range of motion test, where she helped me by lifting up the knee from the bed and then pushing down on my ankle, attempting to flex the knee as much as we could. She took some preliminary measurements of the angle of extension and the angle of flexion. The goal for my 2 week checkup, which is coming up on January 8th, was to be at 0 degrees, which is basically if you're sitting in a chair, that's sticking your legs straight out. That's considered 0 degrees. And then the flexion that we're looking for is to achieved by lowering the foot to the floor, which they want to be at 90 degrees by January 8th. So my extension angle was at 3 degrees, so I was pretty close. And then my flexion was at 87. And I was very pleased with that. She was too. Said that was a pretty good initial baseline measure. So I'm kind of stoked about that and expect that to continue to improve over the next few days as well. Um, Having said all of that, with that pieces of encouragement, all that work, my knee didn't like it very much. The pain set in, some of the stiffness that was predicted is there, and there is some pretty significant pain. Now, having said that, the pain that I experienced today was not to the level that I had experienced during some of my episodes that I mentioned in an earlier episode. During the last 14 months, I might be doing some walking, exercising, or mowing the lawn or whatever, and my knee would swell up and begin to hurt. The pain today did not match that. And so while it was sore for me, probably at about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. Those episodes leading up to surgery, pre-surgery, if you will, were about a 9 or a 10 for me because it just those were just unbearable almost. And so we're still on good pain meds right now. Uh, we've been able to increase some Tylenol dosages in between the dosages of the other medication that I'm taking. And that will be something that will continue over the next couple of days. My therapist comes back again on Sunday around 11. So my hope is that we'll be able to increase those numbers that we took today on our baseline. So the afternoon was pretty much spent in bed, resting, moving whenever I felt like it, doing any of those exercises kind of at will. I don't have to do them all at once, all 5 of them at once. So I tried to work through some of them and was able to make it through those. And I'm pleased with the level of effort that I've been able to do. But it has been painful. Uh, it's the old no pain, no gain. And those of you who remember good old Doc Montgomery, motion is lotion was his favorite saying. And that is going to be true after the no pain, no gain part. So I am trying to keep the movement occurring at a regular basis because the longer the knee sits without being moved, stiffness resets in and it just is not going forward. The knee is either going to get better or it's going to get worse at any point during the day. And so when I'm moving, that's going to get better. When I stop moving, I might feel a little better and you need to stop moving for a little bit because you have to rest. You have to kind of let that pain subside a little bit, but then you got to get back into it. So kind of a 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, if you will, and that sort of thing. So that's the way my day is finished up. As I mentioned, I'm going to finish another round of those 5 exercises here in a minute. Big shout out to my pain manager. Those of you who know Robin know that she's an RN, but you may not have known that her area of specialty was critical care obstetrics. She worked down at Presby Dallas, taking care of moms who were in the antepartum phase. And obviously, that required a lot of pain management skill, techniques, philosophies that she's been exposed to. And she's been a great benefit to me. And I'm going to be singing her praises all the way through this because she's been just so much help to me. And Casey being a cheerleader on the side, helping out, lots of hugs and high fives and that kind of thing. So um, good with that. A kind of a funny story. We've gotten some Alexa apps here recently, and it'll probably talk to me here now that I've used that word. But there's a inter-room communication model where I don't have to worry about texting or making a phone call. I can just give the command and it'll record whatever I say and play it back wherever they are so they can hear me. So it's a lot easier than texting or making a phone call and that kind of a thing. So about the 3rd or 4th one of those, Robin came in and said, "You know what? I kind of feel like Jane Hathaway and you're Drysdale." Those of you who remember the old Beverly Hillbillies sitcom where he was always on the phone, the intercom, calling Jane into the office to do this, that, or whatever. So got a good chuckle out of that. That was pretty funny. So anyway, that's kind of where we are tonight. Thanks for paying attention to this. If you've got questions, don't hesitate to bring those on. If you want to text those in the Messenger app, all right, through Facebook, or if you want to leave it on the comments section of YouTube. By the way, I have created sort of a podcast playlist, if you will, on YouTube. So if you're a YouTuber and you like getting on there and seeing what's available there, that might be something you could key into. And that way you don't have to fight through Facebook and worry about their algorithm turning up information about me. So that's, of course, just if you're following. So we're going to continue these. I'm not going to do one every night for the next 6 months. Please understand that. But here at the beginning, we're going to be pretty regular with it. to kind of just give you some feedback of how things are going. And those of you who are interested, appreciate it. Those of you who are not, the good news is you can scroll right on past it. It's awesome, you know. So I do appreciate, again, the comments. We're still getting a lot of people contacting today, cheering, showing support, those types of things. And I just want you to know that those are always appreciated. And a couple of times this afternoon, when uh, the pain was really diving in, those little messages pick me up. So thanks for that, and appreciate all of you that are watching. And we'll be in touch sometime again tomorrow, hopefully. All right. Take care. We'll see you later. Bye.